saves you money on DoorDash. So you can skip the trip to the grocery store and stay right where you need to be.
Oh, I do need to transfer the footage. She just reminded me. Uh,
Want to go get the printer? Yeah. Oh, I'll order. You save big money, so you
hopefully
can afford to do this
it
sometimes.
don't mess
Fast
up.
Pass by DoorDash. Your DoorDash
Where
is simple.
is? Oh, hello, 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 hello. So last week I did not make the cut on Monday Night Live. Then I planned to go live Tuesday, but I had a really, really emotional Tuesday. And then I just feel like the week got away from me because it just was nonstop stuff going on. So yeah, your girl didn't end up doing it. And today I feel like I basically wasn't going to be able to, but I'm like, let me try to push through so that I can at least say that I only didn't do last week. Not going to really talk about movies because I haven't watched anything really new intended like intentionally. I've been watching or letting the what is this? The Secret Life of an American Teenager play. And I did not know it went this long and I did not know it went this way. Like the mom is now gay and all this other stuff, which is so interesting how they tried to just fit I guess this in as times changed. But yeah, I didn't really watch anything new. So I was like, today I guess I'll just talk about how it's the end of the quarter, where I'm at mentally, and this will be more like a moment of clarity type live than a movie Monday type situation. So good news. Let's start with the good news at the end of the quarter. The good news, we are meeting milestones of goals. And I'm really proud of that. Like I need to give myself more credit for what I am accomplishing rather than always focusing on what still needs to be accomplished. Um, I'm excited because the birthday trip is booked and I am back overseas to celebrate me and my new year of life. Had to check my makeup. So I'm proud of that. I also still have my savings going heavy, so I'm very excited and proud of that. Um, I did get paid by YouTube in this quarter, so that's a milestone. And I'm trying to think of what else. I guess personally, like when it comes to like relationships or whatever, I can say that I've gotten to a good point of growth, I feel, in how I move and also in how I'm letting go of things and trying to not just maintain my boundaries, but like really more so respecting other people's boundaries. I feel like sometimes I could be triggered um, by some sense of abandonment or something, maybe. I don't know. That's why I'm in therapy with certain things. And I find myself, or at least in the past, I would be like constantly trying to reach out and stuff like that. And I think that I'm doing a good job of giving people the space they ask for. So I'm proud of that. I don't know if yeah, this is not gonna it's not gonna really do what it needs to do. I don't know if I know where my lip liner is. But I'm proud of myself for that. I'm trying to think of what else I've done. And I started the gym again, but I slacked last week heavy, so I don't know. I don't feel like I'm doing a great job with the gym. But I did perform already. I perform again next month in Maryland. It's my first travel performance intentionally, like an actual performance and not like a pole gathering at an event or anything like that. So I'm excited, nervous. I'm all of the emotions with that, of course. But I'm glad that I'm stepping out and doing that. I don't need that, so I'll get it when I'm done.
So Don Juan wants to take the baby.
What else? Career wise, I think that
He's determined to see the baby. He wants to take her and me back to Texas. No, that's what he said.
I don't care what he said. That guy's a liar.
I
don't think so when he lied to you about the foolproof birth control either.
No, I didn't.
And he's not a nerd, by the way.
Yes, he is.
I was expecting this whipping, unattractive intellectual.
I feel like when it comes to
He's a nerd.
what worked this quarter and what didn't, I think this next quarter I have to really focus on myself to jump into action to get stuff done. Like I know I just dropped my pop-up floor work fusion class, which will be the first group class I've ever teach or taught if it happens, if people book. Granted, I don't give that much time. Like I didn't give that much time for people to book. It's saying that this unstable, so I don't know if it's frozen or not. But for instance, with like my pole class, like I think that with this next quarter, I want to really just focus on bulking content and making sure I'm creating content in all the forms that I want to. So dance, acting, even if I dabble into writing somewhat, leisure creation of like just with my knitting and stuff, just making sure I create more and focus on that and not so much on reaching the goal of the posting, but more so actually doing the editing because I feel like to a certain extent with this first quarter, I did a good job of doing the two and trying to balance it, but I could do better if I just bulk since I have my 9 to 5 and I also have other things that's like happening every now and then. Like last week, I was basically out of commission because my car, my car's radiator went out. And now the engine light's back on. So I have to figure out fixing that situation next. But it put me out of commission to go to work. Well, to go into work. I had to work from home. But in working from home, I was able to really understand why I need a remote job or why a remote job or hybrid position will work best for me because it showed me just mental health wise how much I'm able to manage better because I have this ability to do it on my own or whatever the case may be, working from home with my own like flow, whatever it is. So I think with me knowing that and knowing that like the what's the names of my job, which in the next vlog that I'll drop this week, we will see like my first day of work, outfits, all of that, and why I'm like bulking my content, editing my content is important because of the simple fact that I have been recording a lot and I have been taking a lot and stuff like that. Even like today, I might try to record a sit down video for the members only because I want to really start to get that going as well. So I definitely would love to hear you guys's lessons learned, things that you did accomplish, that you're happy that you achieved. things you're looking forward to accomplishing as you're going throughout the year, and like any ideas or advice you have for anyone in regards to basically pursuing your goals for the year and understanding how to do that and how to nurture yourself through that in the comments, because most of you are probably going to be watching this in post, because this is not the normal time I go live at all on Mondays. Definitely not Monday nights. It's still light outside. So yeah, I'm excited for the rest of the quarters. I feel like this quarter is going to be interesting because I'm really focusing on myself. Not that I haven't been, but I think that the intention is stronger now. Definitely with my new with my new year coming up on my birthday. Hey, Black Love. Thank you, girl. I wore this to work today, and I just did my makeup because I'm going to get something to eat. And I was like, let me do my makeup so I could try to, like, give myself a little oomph after work, because most of the time I just want to lay down. But I'm just talking about the end of the quarter, the emotions, the feelings, mental health, all that. Let me know how you feeling. What's your vibe? And stuff like that. So yeah, so I am grateful that this first quarter is done. I feel like it's sped by. I'm glad March is over. February and January amazing, but March, too much going on at once. All the retrogrades, it was just a lot. And I think a lot of miscommunication in March was happening for sure. So I'm happy that like that's over. Next, in the next quarter, I hope to finally get consistent with this. I hope in regards to my dance career and entertaining career that I equally audition for like performing more, both dance and acting wise. And I hope that I finally gain like that autonomy back, or at least a balance with my current job and something later, because, or in my creative life, in my double life, creative life, because on my way to work today, if I was able to go to like a dance studio, I'd have been able to probably complete the choreo of my dance class and practice and make some content this morning, because that's where all the juices was flowing. But I had to like stop those juices. And I basically at this point of like, I just want to live in this free will, because I know that this is like prominent, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm excited, and the goals for next month is to really just shamelessly be creative. And even though I cringe, like I'm even cringing doing this, like I'm grateful that you guys came in. Hey, wordplay. I'm grateful that you guys are chatting with me. But I was like at first like, dang, I'm about to do a whole live at least until like 7, and ain't nobody gonna be in here, but I'm gonna run this live like y'all in here. And that was making me cringe. But I'm like, I gotta do the stuff that makes me cringe if I want to be consistent and make what works for me work for me. So that's what I'm doing. Thank you, wordplay, for saying I look rich. I hope that I'm attracting abundance for sure. Black Love said the energy was high all month. A lot of tempers were flying. Child, yes, I think tempers flying, misunderstandings. But I also think that it opened the doors for a lot of self-reflection. And I think for me right now, my lesson, or at least what's coming to a head in this chapter of my life, is like constantly figuring out, focusing on, when I say focusing on me, not just like, oh, what I want and stuff, but more so how I interact with people, how I react to things, and how I can react to them better. Because I feel like if I'm thinking about how things could or has risen in this month, like stress wise and like the tears and the frustrations or whatever it is, I feel like to a certain extent it's because I was slowly losing track of really examining how I'm reacting to things and how I'm affecting my environment, even though other people are involved in the environment, if that makes sense. I definitely feel richer watching you. That's great. We here for that. Tell your friends. So yeah, I'm ready for April, May. I'm ready for happy days. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for all of that. So if you had to just have one word that you would take into the rest of the year or whatever, and it'll be your word, what would be your word? I think it's not just, I want to say consistency and discipline, but I think consistency and discipline on a creative level, on a doing what you want, figuring out what you want type thing. But I think compassion is like something that I need to have a lot more of as I navigate relationships. And I say it, and I think I need to have it for myself a lot more than I am, for sure. Oh, I like that. Wealth is also a good one. That's a great one. Right. I'm trying to wake up positive. Positive. The first voice we hear in the morning is our own, and it needs to be a positive one. I'm constantly on the hamster wheel. I would say determination. I like that too. Big love. Yeah, and that's my thing. I feel like I was saying to a friend the other day that even with all the turmoils and stuff like that, I feel like to a certain extent, I feel like I'm on a hamster wheel, but I can tell that my energy is different and my spirit is different, and wanting to change the trajectory of feeling like I'm on this hamster wheel, right? So yeah, I'm definitely here for the waking up on a positive note. I want to wake up with movement again, and not just the gym. Like I want to be able to dance in some type of way or move my body. That's not just, working out. Because, or not just the gym. It could be still working out, but not just the gym, because I feel like when I make my goal to gym, I just keep messing it up. So I don't know. I really don't know.
I just feel like there's a window of opportunity, and I gotta go.
What's some of the goals that you guys have for the rest of, or the next 3 months? You don't even gotta do the whole year. The next 3 months. What goals do you have? What are you determined to accomplish? How are you thinking of getting that wealth or that abundance wordplay? Like, let me know. Let me know. Even though it's not movie Monday, like, let me know what you watching, what you excited to see next always, so I can look into it. All of that. I get it. I've been trying to stop eating pork and beef, eating a lot of turkey. I want to. I didn't talk about my physical health, like health nutrition goals. So I have body goals. I kind of been constructing that because I'm trying to have a different relationship with my body. I don't want to kind of put myself in this position of ideal body look anymore. I kind of just want to go more of the route of just being more healthy, and stuff like that. So I definitely relate to not trying to eat certain things. Like, I think for me, I have to eat 3 times a day, and I'm trying to do more of my calorie intake. I definitely don't want to eat, well, I don't eat pork, but I definitely don't want to eat that much beef anymore. And because last week my face was breaking out, like all on this side and really on this side, my face was breaking out so bad. Now, granted, most of that is due to the cycle, I'm sure. But still, I would really love to accomplish like flawless skin this year if I can. And I know that has to do with my inner body self and how I'm nurturing the body. So I definitely want to, or I'm definitely going to be slowly, like adjusting that. So yeah, I feel that for sure. Something that's really like not like hair health. I want my hair to be really healthy, but I'm debating. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm debating cutting it all off. So I'm trying to decide how I want to go about it. Like, do I want to cut it all off? Do I want to go wig first or what? Because it is very signature. Like after I did my last performance pole wise, I realized like people love the fro, and I have this performance coming up, and I'm like, I probably need to do the fro, and I'm trying to plan this photo shoot, and the person who wants to do my photos is like, "Are you going to have your fro? Like you should have your fro." So I'm like in the middle now because I'm like the fro is becoming this thing that the people really want and they love so much. I mean, they've been loved it. That's kind of why I was going to cut it because I felt like people are too attached to my hair than me. But with me trying to just like optimize all of like opportunities to actually like apologies, sorry y'all, but to like actually push myself into that trajectory, I'm like, maybe I should keep it. Have you considered locks? I do want to lock up, but I think I want to lock up in at 33, to be honest. I think my next big, so this birthday is big because I'm 31. On the 31, it's my golden year. I'm so excited that I'm going to my, like where I'm going because one, I'm just excited because I'm going. Two, I'm excited because my brother is so prevalent in that area. Like he like lives there majority of the time. That I know that, and he hosts like travel things for people. Like he just did a trip for some people. I know that's going to be fun, and I know like I'm even more excited because I was able to gift my little brother his ticket basically so that he can go too. So I'm like really really excited. But my next big birthday after that would be 33 to me because that's like Jesus year, right? So I feel like that's when I would lock up. And that's why I kind of want to cut my hair at least one time before I do it because I've never did like a real big chop. I've only done like asymmetrical bob before I went to college, grew my hair out. Like, and I got a bob last year, but I didn't really cut my hair. So it's definitely something I want to do eventually. But I know I want to be a blonde. I really want to be a honey blonder. Um, for sure. But I don't know. I did meet somebody whose friend makes nice wigs and stuff like that. Cause they had one, they had a mullet, and I was like, "Ooh, I really want a mullet." That's one thing I always wanted to wear too. Um, but I gotta figure out the money and when I'm gonna do it. So yeah. I tried the natural thing multiple times. Yeah, I'm having moments where I'm like, I don't know, like I'm not a hair girly as much as people would like me to be. I wish, but the patience of my natural hair is just so like a lot. Like natural hair is a lot. And it's a lot in the sense of like just take care of it. Like I feel like people are like, "Oh, how you get your fro like this?" This is after I blew it out and it sweated out. So it to me it's stinky. It's just not okay. Like, but to everybody else, I feel like the only reason why I'm able to be a natural is because everybody else is fascinated. And when the days where I feel like I hate it here, I can sometimes get away with stuff because you can insult a fro, but people don't insult my fro. And that could also be other things that lead to why people don't insult my fro. At the end of the day, I have other privileges that people don't have. Like I'm light skinned, da da da. Da. So I know, but yeah, I'm not the natural girly that be out here like everybody needs to be natural, blah blah blah. Now, granted, I think it's freeing to just be who you are and accept yourself in all the ways, but management it's a hard knock life out here for the natural girlies. It really is. I want my hair to be pressed. Like, ain't gonna hold you, but it's just too hard to keep up with. But I'm about to have to I'm about to have to leave soon so that I can make sure I get parking and everything. What was I about to say? I was about to say something. I think I want to end this vlog with the conversation about free will, only because free will has been on my spirit. I feel like it's the thing that's driving me a lot in a lot of my decisions, in a sense of kind of like accepting how things go, also with like just being like, what do you want out of this life? So I've been seeing a lot of content on the fact that like we all have free will. Like literally, I can say tomorrow I don't want to do any of this anymore, and I could just get up and be like, I'm gonna do something else. And I feel like with the rest of the year and the new quarter, I want to really dive into my free will. Like even with tonight, I wasn't going to go out. I wasn't going to do anything because I feel like I should be being more productive in a different way. But I'm also like, in order for me to get the things I want, I have to put myself in the places that I think are going to attract or align me with those opportunities to get what I want. So in order to do that, I got to go outside. I got to push through after work and still be social. And so I'm like, I really want to make sure I do that moving forward. And it makes me think about free will and so many different things. Like how much of our life is really fate, or is it free will? Well, technically, I think to a certain extent, our life can still be fate, even with the agency of free will. Because just because you go do something don't mean you're going to get the result or the solution that you want, you know? So I don't know. I feel like we should dive more into free will and not be afraid of that. Definitely with how the world is right now. I just think that it's a lot going on all the time. Like I think I just saw somewhere that TikTok is about to end again. And I'm just like, TikTok. I know like I have plans to meet up with my friend Marie again this summer, and we're supposed to go see Beyonce. And she sent me something about the borders and like how they're stopping people from coming here. And then I saw something saying that they're raiding people's phones at the airport about how you feel about the presidency. Like it's just a lot going on. And I think because it's a lot going on, that should be like the motion to just really do whatever you want to do. Yes, it is. It's so much going on in America. It's so much going on. And yeah, like I just want to be kind of outside of it. And I know that's hard and I know that's probably like selfish, but I feel like kind of to keep yourself going, not for nothing in this world we in right now, do what we have to do to keep ourselves pushing through. And like I think understanding that you have free will and that with all the shit hitting the fan like this, it should be more of a testament of that. Like there, you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, so you got to do what you really want to do. You should be searching for your joy. You should be trying to move towards your joy, even the little joys. Like my car is a mess, but I'm grateful I own my car and I have a car. um I want to be independent in my own space, but I'm grateful I can stay here and stack. I need my own pole area, studio, something. But I'm grateful that I'm pushing and I'm still able to connections with people and try to have my class, you know? So I hope you guys enjoyed this mini live for sure. I tell everybody we going to keep on trucking like we always have done. Our ancestors lived in harsh conditions. Yo, I I was talking to somebody. So I was talking to somebody about our ancestors, and I was saying how, like, when people be like, we are not ancestors, and how people use that as shade to try to make it seem like we're better than them. But when I say we are not ancestors, I mean it in the sense of what Black Love is saying. We are not we are our ancestors in the fact that we know that we keep on moving. But the stuff that they were going through, we ain't built, because we not even doing good at keeping it together in the current state with the privileges we have. Like we have allowed propaganda of life and the internet and the media like really distract us from what's important. I talk about, I don't know if I talk about this in my lives, but I know in conversations I have with people, I talk about individualism and community a lot. And I think that all of us, definitely post pandemic, are searching for how to rebuild community amongst each other. And I think with Black people specifically, we're constantly trying to figure out what community and how we can, what our community is, and how we can strengthen our community as a big collective. And I think that the biggest thing right now, while we're in turmoil, to realize is to not shun the different ways that people try to build community, because I think that that's something big that we do in our community. Like we get so fixated, like even in the dumb trendy stuff, like with the Hillman talk or something like that, right? It was like, to me, people took something that was funny, whatever is supposed to be lighthearted, and decided to try to gatekeep and things like that. We have to know that the real answer to a lot of this stuff is the balance of individualism and community. Understanding that, yes, we are all different, but we all are human beings and of the same. So since we all are that, we can all have empathy for each other, even when we don't understand each other, compassion for each other, even if we don't know each other. Like, those are the things that we have to hold on to. And then education, not be afraid or opposed to listening and understanding and learning and being okay with not knowing. Like, I know I don't be trying to get into the politicking and everything else, but I feel like that's what's running in my mind the most about the state of the world we're in right now, and how to keep my mental health kind of like not feeling like the world is ending and what's the point of all this. I have my days. I have my days, but I keep trying to tell myself that people have lived in America. My people have lived in harder times. And even though it feels like we are definitely trying to go backwards, and we have been for years, that if we focus more on each other and doing the positive things and the good things and trying to uplift each other and unify each other, then we could probably get a little farther. I don't think that acknowledging the differences is a problem at all. I think that when we sit here and try to unify each other by being like, let's not separate, like what Donald Trump is doing, it's unfair, because at the end of the day, the differences matter. We see the differences, we hear the differences, we treat different based on differences. Understanding them and acknowledging them is not the issue. The issue is actually doing the opposite and then trying to make a big thing about the differences. So yeah, if you got anything from this live, I hope that the end of your quarter is great. I hope that you are writing your goals down. You're giving yourself so much grace, because grace is always needed. A year flies by and we have all of these expectations and hopes and dreams. Things happen and things change. Have to, because at the end of the day, you're one person and you're human. And I think that it's more important to probably pour into your cup, very much so in an emotional and mental level right now, than so much so on the outer and materialistic things that the world tells us to do. OMG, that is the biggest donation I've ever gotten. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much, Black Love. That with you. And I hope that in our next live next week, y'all got some new things to watch, got some updates on the mental, what we feeling, how we dealing, how we healing. If y'all want to start doing like advice, I would love that. Like if y'all want to start like, or not even advice, like y'all coming to me with the topics and letting me know. Comment in the comments below of this live. Let me know. Comment on the community page what you want me to talk about. Any questions you ever have that for me or anything like that. I want to get this live to be popping, like our real time to like get to know me, chat, like old YouTube vibes. That's what I'm trying to go for real. Old YouTube and community, trying to build community here so that, you know, we have it. No matter where we at, we have it. That's what the internet is for. No matter where. Oh, Jesus, where are you? I've been really salivating lately, but the internet's for that. It's for sharing and caring and spreading that love. So yes, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends. And I will see you guys next week or maybe later in the week. Again, let me know. Thank you again, Black Love, for the donation. I appreciate you. And yes, so definitely if you have some advice things or like situations and something, y'all want to talk about them or want me to comment on them, whatever, put them on the community page or at the comments in this live. And I will see you guys next week.